right here. As of right now in MK11, this button only allows you to kind of just have some other functions as well, which I'm going to get into. But before, if you like, make sure you like, subscribe, favorite, all that good stuff. Let's get into the video. Now, right now, this L2 button is for like delayed, other than like stance and doing your fatal blow. This L2 button only is for like a delayed wake up, or you can do a roll on get up, or you can do a back roll on get up. Right now, that's basically all this button does. What I would like for NetherRealm to do is map more functions to the L2 button, just to create more consistency within each fight. As of right now, the breakaway is down 2 in order to cause a breakaway. The problem with that is sometimes you can get hit with a move you don't want to break away from, and that can be extremely frustrating. Like, for example, just regular uppercut right here. Like, nobody ever wants to break away from that because there's no follow-up for it. There's no risk of getting comboed or anything like that. Now, if it was a crushing blow one, then yeah. But there's plenty of times where this would happen, because like you go to block, but you just so happen to block late, and I'm actually flawless blocking it, where somebody goes for an uppercut and you just so happen to block late, and then the breakaway ends up coming out by accident. Now, if NetherRealm was to map the breakaway to L2, this will never happen. This will never happen. The reason why this happens is people go to block late, and then it's too late. They're in the air and they cause the breakaway, and now they're without meter unintentionally. To resolve that, if they were to just map this to the breakaway, people who goes to block late will never use that breakaway by accident. In fact, it would create more consistency, because there's times where you go to break away, you get caught, and you go to break away, and then the breakaway doesn't come out. You feel me? So there's times where that happens as well. Granted, you're probably trying to break away at a wrong time or something like that. But to create more consistency, if the breakaway was mapped to the L2 button, not only will you not accidentally break away when you don't want to, because it's happened to everybody. Everybody's got hit with an attack that they accidentally broke away from because they blocked late, and they now have no meter, and that can be extremely frustrating. Not only that, you can also time your breakaway better as well, because there's times where I'm trapped in a combo and I'm trying to like break away, but for whatever reason the breakaway won't come out. Now, if they map it to where if you just tap the L2 or left trigger on Xbox and you break away every time, that can create more consistency. It would also create less frustrations with the breakaway. See as well with the L2 button is mapping the L2 to teching grabs, as opposed to having this guessing game where you either gotta press 1 or you gotta press 4 in order to tech a grab. It's a guessing game. If they were to just map it to L2 instead of making it a guessing game and just making grab techs just pressing the L2, I think that would be a lot more beneficial too, because right now it can be extremely frustrating to try to tech grabs, because it's a 50-50 guessing game, and if you guess wrong, guess what happens? That, a crushing blow. If you guess wrong, because some people have crushing blows tied to their grabs. Some people have crushing blows tied to their grabs, and if you guess wrong and you get that escape fail, well, guess what? The next grab is more than likely going to crushing blow, especially if it's a character that had, like Frost, who has 2 crushing blows. She has 2 crushing blows, one going front, one going back. If I guess wrong, well, then the next time I'm going to eat a crushing blow and eat a lot of damage. Mapping the grab to the L2 will help relieve that a bit, especially now due to the fact that you can only get 1 crushing blow per game. Before, you can actually get both throw crushing blows, but they changed it to where now it is, I messed that one up. Now it's only 1 crushing blow per game, even if it's a character that has 2 crushing blows. So that was an improvement, but they can take it a step further by making the L2 the throw escape, just making a 1 button tech throw, or 1 button to tech throws. This will create a lot more consistency, and a lot less stress. knowing that you don't have to guess the grab. And the way, for the people who have grab, crush, and blows, the way they can keep this up is if you tech it late. Instead of it being like it can still be an escape fail, but it's an escape fail because you teched it late. So let's say somebody goes for a grab, and it's like, oh crap, I pressed it too late, and like this scenario right here, then it can be an escape fail, and next time that happens, you don't tech it, then you get the crushing blow. It's already been limited to one grab, crush, and blow per game anyway, so they won't have to worry about whether it's a front crushing blow or back crushing blow. That would be up to the person throwing out the grab. But this will make it a lot easier and just more consistent for people playing defense, because it's no longer a 50-50 guessing game in terms of the throws, whether they have to press either the 4 or the 1 in order to tech the throw, depending if it's a back or front throw. Now they can just press the 1 button, which right now basically does nothing. Like, the stand switches don't really do anything. It has no purpose. So by using this as a way to tech throws, it will give it more of a purpose within the game. Also using it to create breakaways as well also gives this button more of a purpose, and it just will be a better quality of life change, you feel me, in terms of just not accidentally breaking away or being able to break away when you want to. It will create, by just mapping it to the 1 button, it will create a more quality of life change. Also, to map it to where it's a 1 button tech grab also improves quality of life for this particular. One other thing before we end this video is that another thing they can map to the L2 button is the interaction button, which is R1. It's pretty silly for them to have mapped the R1 to both the enhance as well as the interaction button with the environment, especially if they're gonna have like environmental things to interact with. One thing they can do to better improve the consistency with that is by mapping the interaction button to L2. So when you're standing next to an interaction button and then an interactable, you hit L2 and they interact with it. As it stands right now, sometimes you can be going for a move and that ends up coming out. You end up interacting with the interactable, especially when you go to enhance the move. That happens so many times where you'll be like in the middle of a combo sometimes, where you'll be in the middle of a combo and then something like that happens in the middle of your combo. Or you can just be like zoning somebody out. You could be in the middle of zoning somebody and you go to enhance it and this accidentally happens and you end up closer to the person that you're trying to actually keep away. That happens so many times. And one way they can definitely remedy this is, instead of enhancing it with the R2, instead of interacting with the R1 button, you actually can interact with the stand switch button, because let's face it, this stand switch button isn't doing nothing. Like, there's no reason for people to be doing this in the middle of a fight. But if they use this to be able to interact with it, then they're purposely interacting with that environment as opposed to accidentally interacting with that environment. Because there's so many times you can be doing a corner combo and then something like that happens by accident. You're trying to maybe go for a move and then like enhance the move, but instead they interact with the interactable. That's happened to me. That's happened for me and against me so many times. And one way that NetherRealm can go about avoiding that is to just map the interactions with the interactables to L2 instead of the R1 button, which the R1 button is very essential in this game for fighting, for just the regular combat, because that's the move you need to enhance your attacks. And people use the R1 button all of the time for that purpose. So for example, there's times where you're zoning somebody out, right? You're really far away from them, and like, let's say they have their fatal blow, you're afraid of their fatal blow, you know that fatal blow can kill you, they're like a chip away, and you're just trying to zone them out, and then you go to zone them out and then enhance it, and then something like this happens. Now you're directly in front of them, you're gonna eat a combo because they see you coming towards them, and then they're gonna combo into that fatal blow to win the fight. And there are times where you can lose because of that, and it's always frustrating when that happens because you're not meaning for that to happen. You just might have made a mistake and enhanced the projectile too late or something. So sorry for the late edit. This I actually edit this part in a little bit later, but back to the video. The game. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, favorite, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think of these ideas in the comments below. Do you agree? How would you improve it? How would you improve the L2 or left trigger button in MK11? Make it a lot more useful, because as of right now it's pretty useless, other than to maybe like delay your wake up, or to like maybe wake up roll. That's the only thing you would really need this for. It's the only reason you would need that move, the L2 for, is to kind of make it roll. And it feels kind of silly, because like it just seems like they just needed to have L2 do something other more than just stand switch. Because honestly speaking, if they wanted, they could just map the roll to the R2. Just make it to where you press like forward R2 or you roll. But it seems like they needed a reason to give L2 or left trigger something to do. So this is just taking it a step further and just mapping the breakaway to L2 and the tech throws to L2. Just makes sense. It just makes sense. You feel me? So let me know in the comments below what you think. Is this a good idea? Do you want L2 to be the breakaway button? Do you want L2 to be the one button for teching throws? Leave it in the comments below, and remember, your life is a fantasy.